Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa Booker, and I'm a holistic coach and beauty expert. I'm here to empower and motivate you to improve your health and lose weight by adding more whole plant foods into your lifestyle. In addition, kick stress to the curb. So be open to receive, because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Hey there, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So you already know that your eating habits are not the only way for you to lose weight, because there's so many levels, just all the things that it takes to lose weight, right? Even alone when we talk about all the emotions of maybe anxiety or stress or depression, there's just a long list of all the many different emotions. We just talk about a few of them here per se. But all of the emotions that happen, trauma, fears, and sometimes your weight is hiding, right? Like maybe you don't feel safe and you just want to hide, but you don't have to do that. But you do know that involves showing up for yourself, right? Having that strength to know that you can overcome whatever it is in your life that's having you feel this way. It might not feel comfortable at the very moment, but just allowing yourself to sit in it might seem a little scary in the moment, but it will yield beautiful, amazing results when you allow yourself to work through it and pass through it. Even if you have some emotions come up, or you get cry, or you get angry, or whatever it is, just letting it pass so that you can process whatever it is that's happening, right? Because what happens, it'll just sit there, okay? And then it just eats up at your emotions. And we're all human, so we all go through all of the emotions. It just depends on what happens when we get to that point, right? Whatever that is that you're feeling. Sometimes you just want to run away from that feeling or that even fear, right? But it's always going to be there. And sometimes what happens, God brings it back in front of you to face again. And then you have another chance to face it or turn away again. So then what do you decide to do, right? So it's best to talk to God, pause, right? As I was saying before, and sit in it and see whatever it is and let it all come to the surface, right? Knowing that you are strong enough and that you have that strength to get through it. And if you feel like you don't have that strength, just talk to God, because He is there, okay? You don't have to turn to food or whatever your vice is, right? That's just one. But a lot of times the way you do one thing is the way you do many others, right? It's just like, for example, if somebody stops smoking, what do? They might start eating, right? You ever notice that? Like some people might gain weight when they stop smoking. They just replace one vice with another, right? So there's just all the things. Or some people work out. So it's just depending on what that is. What healthy way to cope can you do, right? When working out is exceptional, when you think about it, it gives you that strength. Lifting weights. Ladies, look sis, go to the gym, hit the gym, or work out outside, whatever that is. Finding out what it is that you enjoy. And weights will give you that strength, right? And you just start feeling strong, right? And then that strength starts radiating inside of you, and it starts coming out. And then you start coming out whatever that funk is that you might be in at this moment. And don't judge yourself if you are going through something. It's perfectly okay. Just don't get stuck there. Okay? And if you have in the past, it's all right. It can happen. All right? Just decide that you're ready to transform into this new, beautiful, powerful queen that you are. Okay? Whatever it is that happened, it happened to give you the strength to move forward, to come out of it, so that maybe you could help somebody else you don't know. Maybe you have a daughter, or you can have a son. These children, they look up to you. And for them to know that their mom, their parent got through this, they'll be like, yeah, because you know they look at you in amazement, right? or even strength for a family member or a friend, right? Knowing that you will do it. And this is one of the reasons I love breath work. And I'm always talking about meditation and mindfulness and all of these things, because they can help you. It gives you that space to help you process, to sit in your thoughts. People try to run away from their thoughts, but don't run away from them. It's trying to tell you something. And once you go over that hump, right, or whatever that obstacle is that you are saying to yourself, there's beauty on the other side of it. Nothing but beauty. Just have to allow yourself. Look, if you need to time block it, sis, then time block it. Do whatever it is that you need to do to process it, to work through it, okay? Also find your people. Who are your people, right? Do you have a person? Do you have somebody that you talk to that you trust, a relative or a friend, a significant other? Whatever that is, find your people, right? For that support. It could be anything, okay? I mean, you could be having an event come up or something with family and your boundaries might be a little shaky at the moment. You might need that extra support system, right? I mean, you could be at a dinner, right? And you're trying to lose weight, and then the people you're with, your family, your friends, maybe they've never went through that before, right? And you just eat something just to appease the situation or to deflect, right? So that people stop paying attention to you. It might be in your head for one, right? But you don't need to do that, okay? So maybe you have a buddy that you text or call right quick for some support, all right? Until you are able to get better at your boundaries, right? Because ideally you can't get mad at the other person, right? You kind of let them cross those boundaries. You might not want to hear that, but it's up to you as an individual, right? To invoke your boundaries. But that might take practice, and that's okay. Give yourself grace on that. Don't be like, I didn't set those boundaries, I'm terrible. No, you're not, okay, sis? It's just new. Just like anything new, takes practice. Practice breeds progress, right? We're all about the progress. And eventually you'll get it down. You'll be like, nope, I'm good. But until you get to that point, it's okay. Just keep doing it and keep doing it, all right? Because at the end of the day, something's always going to happen, because it's what? Life, right? Life is always going to happen. So that's why it's great to have different tools in your bag and support to help you get through it. Because it's not like anything's ever going to be all rainbows and puppies, right? It's just not. And that's just real life, right? So having that network of people to provide you with encouragement, information, resources, all of the things is going to be great. Maybe something for check-ins, daily check-ins, right? You know, somebody to help correct you when something's not working. It's all these little things that will help you progress, so that if you're in a moment in a funk, it'll help pull you out of it, right? Yeah, it will, okay? Knowing that there's always a way, and you can help influence them, right? Remember how I talked before about you are going to be a change maker. You are setting a new generation. You have this power because you are so powerful. And don't ever, ever doubt it. Because just like you deserve it, the ones that are coming after you deserve it, as well as the ones before you. And they will see this radiating off of you, this glow, this magnificent power that you're possessing within you. And they will be like, yeah, she gets it. Even if they don't understand it at that precise moment in time, they will. They will be mesmerized, even if they don't understand it. Even if they look at you and be like, oh, why are you doing that? Because sometimes people look at you, it makes them think about things that they are doing, and they might not be ready, right? You always got to be ready. And they might not be ready at that time, but they see you, okay? And one day they'll start gravitating a little bit more. They might be paying a little bit more attention to you. So they're pulling in. God's like, ooh, look at her, right? There's like this little glow, and but they don't might not see it, or maybe they do know why, but they're not ready. And that's okay, because when they are, you just keep doing what you're doing. And then even when you set those boundaries firm, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, what happened there?" But you know what? They're gonna respect it, and they're gonna get it, right? It'll be a ripple effect, okay? A positive ripple effect, all right? Because it's that saying, right? You're the sum of the 5 people that you're around. So when you take a stand, they either fall off or they join in. That's how it goes. You ever notice that when you start transitioning into a new version of yourself, you might lose a few people? It's all right. Let them go, okay? But then you have these new surroundings. You be like, "Ooh, this feels good. I like it right here." Okay? You keep doing that. So that's what it's gonna be. They'll start following along, right? You'll be more likely to engage in healthy behaviors and your eating habits, right? The person you met or that's in your family that said they would never eat any plant-based foods because they're like, "Why are you eating like that?" Right? Next thing you know, you look at their plate, they might not even say anything, but you look at their plate like, "Oh, okay." And it's like mostly plant-based foods, and they're glowing and their energy is high and they're feeling good and they're talking about their health in a positive way. And they got that from you. Okay? Yeah, it's that ripple effect. And if you feel like you can't find that support, from somebody immediately around you, that's fine. Look outward. You know, one positive thing about social media, because there's a lot of things, going on there, is when strangers support you. Isn't that amazing? People you don't know will give you so much support and cheer you on. Now, that's the beauty of social, okay? There's a lot of things going on there, okay? But that positivity that you can get. I mean, there's so many also blessings in everything when you think about it. I mean, you can make a friend there. That's why all those groups and communities, they have some good stuff about them. You meet people, right? You can have little accountability groups, right? Or even besides that, think about, is there somebody you work with, right? A colleague or something who, say you had a rough day and that person reached out to you out of the blue and you was like, "Wow, she's dope," right? Do you know that she called me out the blue just to see if I was okay? There are good people out there like that, right? You might want to reach this person out and be like, "Hey, sis, I'm kind of on a wellness journey or a weight loss journey, and I would love some help. You think you could help me?" And then people love to help, right? People love to be of service. And she'll be like, "Yes, I would love to. I got you, girl." And then sometimes when you share, somebody you're talking to might be on a similar journey and you didn't even know that. Because sometimes it's hard for people to talk about things, because people become vulnerable and it's a sensitive topic. And when one person opens up about it, other people feel more alike and it forms a bond, okay? So then you might even be able to go on that journey together. So it is okay to ask for help. Because sometimes people think they can't ask for help, right? Sometimes people are taught they got to be strong, and asking for help is like a sign of weakness, or they feel embarrassed or anything like that. You got to just grind it out by yourself. No. Let me tell you something. No, that is not a sign of weakness. That is taking care of yourself. That is another form of self-care, seeking help from another individual to make it a little easier for you, because you deserve that. You do not have to be struggling and going through this alone. Okay? You deserve it. Don't tell yourself that you don't deserve help, right? Because you give so much. There's that nurturing ability about you, and you deserve that back, right? Talk to yourself with compassion as you do others. People can be so hard on themselves, right? Look, sis, give yourself the compassion that you give others, okay? It is not selfish to seek help. It's an act of love for yourself. I'll talk a lot about love, right? I do. Because sometimes we don't love ourselves enough. And I want you to make sure that you always love yourself. Truly love yourself enough to do the things that you got to do for yourself, right? It's not just about loving your kids and loving your family and all of these things. I want you to love yourself enough to put yourself first. Put yourself first. You cannot run yourself ragged and get sick by taking care of everybody else and neglecting yourself. Okay? Because it will happen if you don't take care of yourself. People will understand the journey that you are on. Give them the chance. Do not answer for somebody else or think for somebody else. Give them the opportunity. If you're afraid somebody's going to say no, how do you know unless you do it, unless you ask? And then if somebody says they can't, that's another thing, right? They might have something going on in their life as well, and you might not even know, right? Sometimes people have things going on in their life and you don't know anything about it. Just because somebody shows you their highlight reels, right? You were talking about social earlier. Seemed like a good comeback to that. That's not the whole thing, right? And if you don't want to go all out there and be like, hey, I'm trying to lose 40 pounds. You could be like, hey, sis, look, I'm trying to walk every day, for like 30 minutes just to get myself out there and get moving. You think you'd be my walking buddy? Do you think you could text me in the morning to make sure I got my butt out of bed? And see, you could do something simple like that, and that's not even putting all your business out there. Then if they're your friend anyway, they're going to be cool with it. They're going to be like, girl, I got you. Sis, let's go. I got my shoes. You got your shoes? Mm-hmm. Right. Just be specific about what it is that you desire from other people so that they can help you, right? It's better to be more specific than be vague about it. I mean, that's pretty much with anything, right? Because then people know exactly what you want. So they're not saying something and then you'd be like in the back of your mind getting like, oh, well, they're not really helping me. Well, they maybe didn't know, right? So just being specific about what it is. And just being patient with yourself, with others, as both of you, all as one, as a community, go forward on this new journey. Because it's a lifestyle that we are doing, right? And nothing happens overnight. Just like your health didn't get to where it was overnight. Your weight didn't get to where it was overnight. Nothing happens overnight. So giving yourself that grace, remember, to let it evolve one day at a time. For others as well. Even for your support system, right? So instead of getting mad at them or mad at yourself, take it to the pillow, right? Do some meditation, get your sleep in, hit the gym, do some yoga, do all the things. A variety of things get you going, right? Find out what it is that you enjoy. Make a list. Do different things, Keep it fun. I'm all about having fun. I like to laugh. I enjoy life, right? I enjoy life. And if you need to have a complex discussion with somebody, then have a complex discussion with somebody, whatever needs to be done. Don't be afraid to have that because you deserve all of it. Whatever needs to happen, write it down, plan it out, and just take action, okay? Because you deserve to feel safe in your body, to love your body, and regardless of whatever stage you are at, always make sure that you do love your body, okay? Okay, my friend, hope you enjoyed that. And I do have a wonderful guide for you on some breathing techniques. And you can download that at bit.ly/mindful1, bit.ly/mindful1. And the link is also in the show notes. All right, until next time.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite platform. And also don't forget to leave a written review. as well as share this episode. That's how we spread the message.